Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends. This is Dylan with Tucson Future Classics. And that is our 2007 Hyundai Elantra GLS. Really well-maintained, really clean, unremarkable commuter cars. There's just something cool about seeing them well-maintained and preserved, and that's exactly what this is. It's a two-owner car. It's got just under 115,000 miles on it. And the cool thing is we took this in on a trade, which means we met the previous owner of this car. He actually upgraded. He got it from Lexus of Tucson back in 2020 and gave us a binder of a folder of all of his maintenance records ever since he bought the car in chronological order, and even typed us up a summary: what was done, when it was done, how much it cost, and where he had it done. And his level of care really shows through. It's what would otherwise be an unremarkable mid-sized commuter car. Kept this nice and lasting this long makes it almost cool. Ridiculously reliable 2-liter Beta 2 engine, not the Gamma 2 that has problems. This has the Beta 2. The 4-speed automatic overdrive. Since before Hyundai started playing with CVTs and dual clutch transmissions. So it is a really stout little powertrain too. Not a lot to brake, and it makes just enough power to get you down the road, but not too much that it stresses out any particular component. 138 horsepower, 136 foot-pounds of torque, and that'll get you approximately 25 city, 33 highway, as per that's with the EPA's new testing paradigm. Originally, they claimed this thing got 38 out on the highway, but you know, your mileage will vary. Let's get under the hood, get inside, and out for a rip of this remarkably clean little survivor. Even get up under the hood, I want to point this out. This rock guard and bug deflector is an actual Hyundai accessory, and it is mounted properly on here, which you almost never see. Now that I got the hood prop in place, let's take a look in the power barn. This is the engine bay of the Elantra. That dual overhead cam, 16 valve, 2-liter 4-cylinder Beta 2 engine sitting right there in the middle, and a really clean and simple engine bay, all things considered. Starting over here, you've got a coolant reservoir and expansion tank here. This right here is your washer fluid reservoir. This guy is your mechanical cruise control linkage. That's a cable that goes to the throttle body to run the cruise control. Down there, you've got fresh belts, good alternator. Check your oil here, add your oil up top. This is your transmission dipstick, so you can check your transmission fluid level and quality of fluid. Air boxes here, mass airflow sensors here. That is your brake fluid reservoir right there. You got a fuse box here, and an actual made in Korea, newer Hyundai battery in it, which you love to see. Again, the level of care in maintenance on this car is truly a standout thing. To get into the trunk in this, you've got two options, and that brings me to more of the interesting options. This is the remote trunk release button. This was an option. Power windows, power mirrors, and power door locks. Those are all options, as was the sunroof and cruise control and air conditioning on this, and it has all of them. So I'll get more to that inside, but pop in the trunk. You can see fairly sizable trunk for a compact to mid-size sedan. You've got your levers there and there to pull down the back seats, which is split 60-40, and they drop to give you a pass-through. And up underneath is a remarkably clean understorage area, if I keep my hands working. And you've got your donut spare and all of your jacking accoutrement up underneath. Getting into the back seat of the Elantra, you'll see why I said compact / mid-size, because technically I'm going to slide over behind my own driver's seat and show you the worst case scenario here, but technically speaking, this is a compact car on exterior dimensions, but the inside is so big the EPA reclassified it for this generation as a mid-size sedan. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you all. As I sit back here, I've got a little bit of headroom, good deal of gut room, some knee room, and I'm 6'1", 270 pounds, and presently very sweaty. but that seat there is my driver's seat, reclined and pushed back all the way to film. So I couldn't make less space back here if I tried. Turning the camera around once more, you have got the mandatory latch child seat anchors down below, the obligatory cup holder armrest here in the middle, and on that parcel shelf, the top tethers for the big booster seats on all three rears. In to the driver's seat, one other thing I want to point out, again, interestingly optioned car, because this is a 6-way manual seat, which was not the base seat. Slide, lean, and lift. So it moves up, down, forward, back, all the things you'd expect, which is 2 directions more than the base model otherwise would have. Let me get the key, get the AC going, and this one, yeah, 2 old school keys. No push to start nonsense on this one. AC's cranking. Let's get into it. Driver's door, power mirrors, power windows, power door locks. I already showed you the trunk release down below. This is the dimmer for your gauge cluster, and that is your gauge cluster. It is really, really simple. Tachometer, speedometer, fuel, and temperature. The only thing you can change is which trip meter you're looking at. And there you see 114,407 miles on the clock. And obviously the Prindle there lights up and moves through gears too. Onto the wheel, you have your one option, cruise control. But it's there and it works very, very nicely. Again, this is a GLS trim, which is the base model trim. But it has options like the sunroof up top, which tilts and slides. The cruise control. The stereo here, which has auxiliary in, which was not the base model stuff. Air conditioning, which wasn't on the base model, so it's just curious. It's got the 15-inch steel wheels with the vanity caps, but it has all the interior options of a higher trim one. Speaking of that, it's got lots of cool little nooks and crannies to hide stuff. You never see the springs survive on these, so that's pretty neat to see. Radio is just a radio, AM, FM, CD auxiliary, and your equalizer there. Good old rotary dial, HVAC controls, how hot you want it, how hard you want it, and where you want it. Little cubby in here for hiding stuff. You actually have an ashtray in here with the little cigarette notches. A cigarette lighter, which will glow red if you push it into the charge port fully. Aux cable input there, and a separate power only power in. So pretty well set up. Even here on the side, like they have some clever stuff, a little bag hook for a garbage bag or a shopping bag or what have you. Down the middle you have the Prindle. Park, reverse, neutral, drive, 3, 2, and low. I like the fact that this is notched so you know, kind of without even looking, what gear it's going into. Dual cup holders here. The back one is big enough to swallow this big Yeti in it, which is nice. Bolt action parking brake, so you don't have an electric motor to fail there, or so you can do sweet skids in a parking lot. Dealer's choice. Dual action center console in this one, so you got the little top and then the bigger center there, and that's pretty sizable. It's, you know, 1.5 hands deep. Passenger seat, if I move my big dumb hat and a little piece of my paperwork there, you can see just that beige cloth. It's held up really nice, it's been kept clean, and it keeps this car way cooler inside. Glove box on these is pretty darn big. You have the blue envelope, or the blue folder that has all of the maintenance records from the previous owner in it, my dealer plate, the handbook, and a couple of detailing racks in there. So that can swallow a fair bit of stuff. On both drive and passenger doors, you even get door storage and a cutout big enough for a normal size water bottle. Can't quite swallow the Yeti. Up top, you even get sunglass holster, and these are the controls, tilt and slide, for that sunroof. All right, everybody, squeak and rattle test coming down out of the parking garage. I've got every window open, even the sunroof there, so if it makes any noises, once we get down under the roof, it's gonna echo and we'll hear it all. But again, this was really, really well kept. I'm not expecting, and in my driving this around, I didn't really experience much of any undue noises, clunks, or rattles, even given, you know, pre-Great Recession, the mid-2000s Hyundai plastics and build quality. This thing was really well screwed together when it was built, and through some genuine care, it has been kept that way. But I'm gonna shut up. And actually, other than my hand on the wheel and the tire scrubbing on the concrete, pretty good. Throttle, brake. Yeah, things really well sorted. Let's get it out on the road, do some real commuting, and put some speed in this thing. Right. Let's kick her down, get her out onto the interstate here. Let that little 2-liter run us on up to speed. And boom! Just like that. We are at highway speed and merged. Let's try to get us over a lane or two here, fighting with Tucson rush hour traffic. But if I-10 is kind to us, I can show you all a nice example of some high-speed Southwestern highway cruising manners. Yeah, you know what? I think this left lane will do. Let's go ahead, cruise on, set, and zoom. So, just a tickle under felonious speeds. Gonna turn the AC down. That is 80 miles an hour cruise in this Elantra. Sitting right at 3,000 RPM, little 2-liter humming away up front. Not a flicker, no shake, and I can even, with the winds, it will track straight and true, hands off at speed. Like I said, impressively well maintained and just ruthlessly good at the jobs it needs to do. It's time. We are staged up at the end of a mostly abandoned dead-end road here in Tucson. We're going to do a quick 0 to 40 to 0 to show you all there is nothing hiding in the braking, suspension, engine, or transmission under full accelerative or decelerative load. So, let's just go ahead and turn the AC off and divert maximum power to propulsion. Windows cracked, so we'll hear those tires working, and there's no traction control for me to shut off. So you know what? We're just going to leave this right in drive. 3, 2, 1. Little bark, little torque steer, let's go. 40. Yeah. Hear that brrr as it pulsed the brakes to engage the ABS. Good, strong stop. The light, a little bit of relevant music from when I was riding in these more frequently. Kudos to Hyundai's sound team. Like, this is nothing fancy. You've got your 4-door speakers and your tweeters, and it thumps that hard. They really did focus on what was, I guess, important in a good, like, economy and commuter car. Comfy, good AC, good fuel economy, and stonkin' sound even from a base model system. Right, and for the last bit here, radio is off, HVAC is turned down for a final really crappy road test. Go over a couple of speed bumps, over some real broken up stuff, and we'll hear that suspension working. So, little sharp on the bumps, but it's got good rebound. It's not bump steering or yanking the wheel to the right or to the left. And yeah, I'm gonna be honest, while this is in phenomenally good shape, at the end of the day, it is still a Hyundai Elantra. This wasn't the Sonata, this wasn't the Equus. This was their small to mid-size car. going over this stuff, you hear a little bit of chatter coming from the back, but it handles the bumps really, really nicely for being, what it is. The suspension soaks it up. The seat does a good job of handling what the suspension lets through. And yeah, low speed, urban neighborhood stuff. It handles it all with aplomb, just like you would expect. There you have it, everybody. Back to our lot, wrapping everything up on this 2007 Hyundai Elantra. An unremarkable car that is remarkably good. It is uncommonly well kept, and as you saw from driving it, it does everything you need a car to do. Light exterior, light interior, just a tickle of tint to help beat the Sonoran sun. Good AC, competent cruise control, and it's pretty comfy. Like, this is just a car. And the cool thing is, Hyundai built the crap out of these because this was really when their 10-year, 100,000-mile warranties started to take effect, and that became their big push. So these were built to last way more than Hyundais that came before, and they're not nearly as technologically complex as the ones that came after. This is kind of considered to be a mechanical sweet spot. Plus, this being a 2007 and being in such good shape, we can in fact put a 100,000-mile extended warranty on this thing out to 5 or 6 years down the road too. So if you want a little extra peace of mind, we got you. But to sit in this thing, see it for yourself, and take it for a rip, follow the link in the description below, or call or text the number on screen. See why I like this little specimen so much. But until then, I've been Dylan. We'll see you soon.